dear friends, and welcome to another beautiful day here at Sophia Kamau's kitchen. Today I'm going to show you different way of thinking when you are cooking. I have ingredients here which you are wondering, what am I making? I'm going to make 4 different items. The ingredients are all aligned up here. Let's go through them. I have 8 large chicken legs which I chopped up. The drumstick I left it with the skin, and the thigh I removed the skin because I'm going to make a stew and I don't want too much fat on it. I have 2 tablespoons of fenugreek leaves, and I have 1 tablespoon of chili and 1 tablespoon of cumin seeds. I have 1 large onion, and this will make the chicken, and I will use my pasta sauce to cook the chicken with, and it has really good flavor. And here I have 850 grams of beef, cleaned and chopped up into bite pieces. I have 1 medium bunch of cilantro and 1 medium onion. And again, I will use the same sauce for cooking my beef stew. I also have the oil for frying the onion. I have salt for adding flavor. And here I have meatballs. These are Italian meatballs, very delicious. And I'm going to cook that with the same pasta sauce. The next item I'm going to make is the beans. Already boiled beans. I have removed all the gas from the beans, and they are salted already because I cook with salt. And I'm going to use the butter chicken sauce to cook my beans with. To start my cooking, the first thing I'll do is to defrost the meatballs. I put them in the microwave and on auto defrost, and I let them defrost, and then they will release their flavors, and when I add the sauce it will be perfect. The next thing I'll do is to get these beans out of the way. These are 4 cups. I'll pour them in there, and this butter sauce, butter chicken sauce, is amazing with beans. If you haven't tried, give it a try. They taste heavenly. I'll start my stove on low and then rinse this out and just clean all the goodness and add there. And the moment I do that, I'll cover and cook it on low. Next, my meatballs are all defrosted. I will throw them in there. And then I will add the sauce. Normally I would just pour, and then I find it's just too much. They finish the meatballs and the sauce is too much. So the rule for me now, I just measure a cup per person, or yeah, that way you know you are not having too much sauce left. Even if it's left, it's a little bit. And that one is set. Very quick. Like, this is great ideas for you to just speed up your cooking. We'll cover and let it stay there. So the back stove burners are already in use. Now we will move to the front ones. The next thing I do now is to fry the onions. For the chicken, I'll use a 1/3 cup. And for the beef, I'll use a 1/4 cup. So I'll let the stoves heat up, and then the onions will start cooking. While the onions are cooking and the oil is heating up, I will now do my cumin seeds. I will grind them to release their aromas. And oh boy, this is one favorite chicken stew. in my household. The oil is heated up, and now I'm frying my onion to a little bit of golden brown. So you have to be quick, and at the same time remember to check the other stews. This one is still heating very slow. I put very low heat because it is a thick butter sauce, and so you have to take time with it. Don't rush it and put high heat, it will burn. On my spaghetti here, oh, that one is already boiling and the aromas are great. By the way, the sauce I use, it's the mushroom sauce. The mushroom sauce is normally sweeter than the other spaghetti sauce. The other one is tangy, a little bit sour, but the mushroom sauce is sweeter. It has some sweetness in it, and that's why I like using it. The onions for the chicken are ready, and now I'm going to throw the chicken in. I'll give it a good stir. And then now I will reduce my heat so that they don't burn, they fry nicely. And I will cover them. So the onions here are getting ready, and I don't want them burning. I'll throw the cilantro and leave a few for garnishing. Mostly I cook with all the sticks. And oh, the aroma is already really good. Those sticks, most people throw them away, and it's just a waste. They are soft, why should we throw them? And you use them for cooking, and they have really good flavor. So don't ever throw the stalks for the cilantro. There, it is cooked, and now I will add the beef. I will throw it in. Give it a good stir. And now I'll be frying it like this. With the heat there, fry it a little bit and then cover it and let it cook. The other thing I have to do is to add salt. I'll add a teaspoon of salt to this stew, and then we will see later if we can adjust. It's very simple stew, but very delicious. I'm telling you, this pasta sauce, the mushroom one, you try, you will wonder why I have never tried it before, because it's sweet. You don't add sugars to your stew. Sometimes we do add sugar to the beef stew, but that is already taken care of by that. So I'll keep on frying, and then I will cover it to continue cooking. Next, I will check my chicken. Yeah, it's frying. The heat is still a little higher. I'll reduce it very low and keep stirring it around. And this is the time I will add the fenugreek leaves. To give all the flavors, and the chili too at the same time. So with the chili, you can either start without, then add as you go, but if you know you like chili, you can use the measurements I gave. I have reduced my heat again because it seems it was a little too high. Stoves behave differently, and again, depending on the weather, you know how your stove behaves, so adjust accordingly. I'll cover this and let it cook for another 10 minutes. I'll come to check this other stew. That one, really, you have to be patient with it. I will add a little bit here and see it boiling in a short time. We'll come to our pasta sauce and see how it's, oh wow, that one does not take time, and it is really delicious. That one is like it's ready, but we need to cook all the flavors to mingle. Cook it a little bit longer. Now here I will come and continue stirring. I will raise the temperature. The stoves here are behaving weird today. It's a little hot. I have the fan going on. I don't know, maybe it's affecting the way my stove is behaving. And I will continue. I want them to fry a little bit with the oil that I have used, and then we add the sauce. Let's now see how our food is doing. First, I'll go to the beans here. See, they are boiling already. And oh boy, smelling really good. They need patience, otherwise you will burn them. Those the beans, sometimes some people like them more thick or more thin, so this is the consistency I like. The water I added is the one I just washed the jar with. That is my beans. The next thing worrying me here is this, the beef. It released a lot of juices, and now it's when it has dried, and now I will let it fry with the oil. The little oil that I cooked with, it's the one which I'll continue frying it a little bit longer. Let's see our chicken stew. This one is cooking well. All the goodness went to the bottom, and by the way, off camera I remembered to add a teaspoon of salt to start with, and then we will see how it goes. And it's smelling really good with fenugreek, chili, and the cumin seeds. Here I will add some sauce. Let me add that first, because I have to leave some for the beef. I'll add another half, and the remaining is for the beef. Give it a good stir here. And now I will add some water and let it cook with it. Before I do that, let me check my beef. It is frying now with the oil, and we don't want it burning. There it is. I have to reduce a little bit of that heat, so I'll let it continue frying while I stir. This one here, now I will add some water. Depending how much stew you like, that's 1 cup. I'll add a second cup of water here. And that will be okay for my stew. So I'll let it boil and continue cooking because some of the drumsticks were still red. Back to our beef, continue stirring, and it is I think it has fried enough. I don't want to continue too much and ruin it. The final thing now we have to deal with is the beef stew. I see it's fried enough, and now I just have now to add the sauce. Again, the same sauce. That's 1 cup, and it's done. So the next I will do is to rinse this. I need to give precise measurements. I will use a cup of water to rinse this jar. Then we really know how much we need. But again, it will depend. Some people like more sauce, some like less. It will be your choice. So mine is just a guideline of the recipe. There it is. For me, I think this is still too thick. I'll add a 1/2 cup. You can add 2 more or 3 more. I'll add 3/4. And now I will cover this and let it boil. And still, you can adjust again when you think it's too thick. Okay, let's now check all our stews. We start with the beef, and this is the time to test for the flavors and the salt if it's enough. Perfect. For me, I like all the flavors the way they have mingled. It is perfecto. The next we check our meatballs. That one I don't even need to add anything to it, and it's boiling there. I just had to turn my stove off and it's ready. And the next is the chicken stew here. It's all ready, and see, it still have some oil. Imagine if I had not removed the skin on the thighs. I only left the skin on drumstick. I didn't have to use much oil for cooking, but see how much oil we have. And that one is done also, to test for the salt or anything and adjust. Perfect. The next is our beans. They have boiled on very low heat because this stew is thick, and when you do a too high heat it will burn. You just have to be patient, and finally it boiled or simmered, and you just let it simmer for some time. Just give it more time, like when it starts simmering, give it about 20 to 30 minutes, depending how much time you have to wait. And that one is done. Now we are done cooking, and I have 4 delicious recipe ideas that you could use. I have made the beef stew using the pasta sauce. I've made meatball with the pasta sauce, and I have made my chicken also stew with the pasta sauce, and I use butter chicken to make the beans. Now it is your turn. Go ahead and give these recipes a try, and you have seen how easy and fast you can make them. Leave me a comment. I love your ideas, and I hope you love my ideas. Until we see you next time with another video. Bye.